I sat there, I'm like, I'm not sure, because I had a trial yesterday, and I wasn't sure if it could speak, and I'm like, even though I only had one witness, I had a pro se, and that last. So I wasn't sure how long we would go.
Yes. Hi. I sure will. Let me set this up.
No, not that. Sure that. I got corrected also. Well, that's what I'm saying. You did that. You know what? It's looking at. You can't ask for it. Hey,
Thank you, sir.
Let's go ahead and call this meeting of the Executive Committee to order. I need to make sure that we have a quorum, and it looks like we definitely have a quorum.
Yes, sir.
That's good. I need to ask now if we do have a proper proof of the posting of this meeting. Did we post it properly? I know we did. All right, at this time, we're going to introduce some guests. I don't have some guests here, other than employees. Russell, do you want to tell us who we have?
We will start here with self-introductions. We'll start with John.
I'm John Ortiz, Director of Health and Human Services Division here at Texas Council.
Andy Davis, Emergency Preparedness Planner with Texas Council.
I'm Ryan, I'm a Baylor student.
Okay. All right. Now, just so y'all, for your Baylor students, we're going to pick on y'all a little bit. You got to go back and tell me where you're from and what you're taking.
Okay. I'm taking political science major, and I'm from Southern California.
What part of California?
Southern California.
As in Orange County? Or?
No, it's called Santa Cruz, which is
Okay.
outside of LA.
That's a nice area.
Yes.
She's rich.
I'm from Plano, Texas, and I'm called urban politics class.
And you know what kind of people are from Plano? Plano people.
Amy
Russell, if you
Teal.
don't mind, leave the joke.
Leave the joke.
Amy Teal, I am an alderman from up here in City Whitney.
I recognize you.
Hi.
My name's Graham. I'm a Baylor student, studying communications, and from Houston, Texas.
Now from Houston or one of the other suburbs?
It's a suburb.
Bel Air?
Hunter Street.
Okay.
I'm Ben Livingston. I'm a Baylor student studying political science here for my urban political processes class, and I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, in the better part of California, I would say.
I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, and I'm also here for urban political processes. My name is Sally Hayes. I'm also a Baylor student, a part of the same class, and I'm from Colorado.
What part of Colorado?
I'm from Vail.
Okay.
My name is Blakely Bird. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm in the same class. I'm Isabella Castrovero. I'm also in the same class, and I'm from the Woodlands, Texas.
Well, thank y'all for coming. Christine?
Christine Hill, 911 coordinator for HOTCOG.
Michelle Vasquez, Director of Finance and Administration, HOTCOG.
Wayne Stovall, Homeland Security and Criminal Justice Manager at HOTCOG.
Val Bohannon, Environmental Planner at HOTCOG. Dorothy Jackson, Regional and Economic Development Manager for HOTCOG.
All right. Let's go back around and just get some more information. Now let's go. Okay. Item number 4 is going to be consideration and or action on the following. We have the approval of the October 23 minutes, and we'll do these one at a time, I suppose. So anybody want to?
So moved.
We do have a motion.
Second.
Those and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That will pass. The next item is going to be the same for the meeting of the December 18th, 2025 meeting.
So
What's the
moved.
pleasure of the court? We do have a motion.
So moved.
And we do have hang on, how many motions do we make?
Two. I made two
Okay,
because.
so I've got 2 motions. Now, Gary, do you want to make a second, you're saying?
I do want to make a second.
Just 1 or 2? All right, we do have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody want to oppose that? That will pass. Let's go to item B, and that's going to be an executive session in accordance with the chapter 551074 of the Texas Government Code. As amended, the Heart of Texas Council of Governments Executive Committee will convene into executive session to discuss personal matters. So what has to happen is we all rushed in here, now we all have to rush out while we get to talk about something in executive session. So if y'all will excuse us for a bit, Laura's right up.
Actually, right across the lounge, right?
It is. Really?
I'm an environmental planner. Just kind of get in with the talk, kind of stay with the talk. Mary, how many years? 45 years? 25? 21? She's 10, 14, so one younger back there. He's a newbie.
You won't want to be around.
Family and love it. You talk about that. You always created by the state of Texas. We are non-taxing. We don't tax. All of our but we're a sub. Do you have everything you need?
I'll take it.
What funding we have. And we'll buy the program for these kids, the same way, we find out what it is. I get it, the service, I got one operates a little bit differently, they service all the 5 counties.
So you know, like dispatch centers, they're the ones that put the equipment in and train the dispatchers.
And we have the numbers lady, she knows she keeps us afloat. She's out of red. And we have the flu, that was all together, HR. And we have the quiet guys that do all the
Transportation, transportation.
If I don't get a badge.
John, he does all the health and human services side, so he deals with the people who are moving in with the counties and cities.
Yeah, we do get it.
So if you have somebody that needs some advice, they're going to retire, that's helping them serve. We have that too.
Yeah, we have 2 on service as well.
And it's confidential.
Let me adjust this a minute so you guys can see this. So this is the agenda, and it is on the HOTCOG website also.
So there's no direct service provider, but they will get you to, so it's for every single citizen. Our health and services programs are largely targeted towards seniors, so 60 plus. The 211 is universal, and so is rural transit. Which represents our rural transit program is absolutely.
They're going to discuss personnel matters.
I was around.
Let me go. Yeah, so this is an open meeting, but they're in executive session. We're at the Waco Hilton. And then after the executive session, they will have a luncheon and then a 1 o'clock meeting.
A lot. We have 2 ladies in the office.
And for the record, for Hill County, our county judge is in there, and City of Whitney Mayor Janice Sanders is in there.
Richard called me right at the meeting started and said that representative called and said he got a message from county. No, I didn't mean.
Wait. 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah, she was right.
And I don't understand.
She's a 5. Well, for some reason, I was thinking 5 minutes, but yeah. Environmental in all 6 counties, what do you call it? It's onshore. Making out of that, and then of course, it's not making questions around. Yeah. These are things you won't learn in executive committee's a lot of motion over. You're like,
Just rolling in first and then
very fascinating.
first one
They're talking about shutting down to make sure everybody's off.
It's a need to know. Are y'all first show? How will you graduate? Oh, young and I'm 22.
This weekend.
Like 20 as well. I have a 8-year-old. Here's the thing. I
Cheerleading competition.
not college.
They had one last year.
for what?
Or maybe this is the national.
That's not for everyone.
They were in the top 10,
They're probably following Charleston or.
they got to go to national. They were supposed to have it. They were talking about letting them do it remote, where the
Because he took advantage of the little credits, you know? Yeah, they didn't have such things when I was there. They didn't have. Yeah. Graduated early or graduated on time. Graduated college. Y'all like it?
You know what? I would run the ball though to go a little bit further down. A little bit underneath it. Yeah, hit you in your paint. Do that to run like this.
Some of y'all live in California. Now you like it, Texas. A little bit.
No, I came to Texas. I would have paid the people that had
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't know what to do in California. There's no way.
You like,
I'd be poverty level. There's just no way.
San Mateo County, with San Francisco,
Definitely hard work.
Holding out hope. Well, that's different for sure. Even though the school is families, they put a lot more funding into solar and wind than anything else. Yeah, but I thought a big reason that I brought this up and so they didn't produce enough energy in anticipation, so they wanted to everyone was out going to produce the hours. Also don't power going early.
You're right. And then it's really about
There's nowhere to store it except
small. Like I said, not lost her.
Well, it's true.
What's your cap now?
They cranked up
It's learned over the years. I started out as a
generators at a time.
and then she moved
Have things going. Yeah. Once the power's needed, they've got it.
That's fun. Feels a big,
Depending on the hours.
it's fun to see that one.
All the power in the world sitting at the do you any good when you wire it. You know, they're cleaning up the parking street. I call these crews out all day. Yesterday, the parking lot all day today.
Actually see it when you decisions know which make an impact.
Well, they did the ones there from tomorrow. They did? Yep, a month ago. Yeah, the street's pretty good.
His lab stuff is still really safe. Having the space for it, probably.
Yeah. And of course, Cut into it like this, fiber optic line. Yeah, but a lot of power line buried there. Down lines. All the parts.
And then, I'll call it the other I'm thinking before without hours, so it's gonna be more. All the like in town. This happened to me as well. Over the big freeze. I had one dog that had to have an emergency C-section on day 3 of the power.
Don't say we're gonna make
Had to drive to the without the vet's office. It took me an hour and a half to get there. In the emergency C-section. And then I had to come back and have woodworking stuff. I had to put it back. And so now I have my little dog that's about to give birth today. And I have a fridge that due next week. I tried to do groceries this morning, just not like with the groceries. You can't even get in the grocery order. I mean, there's no available spots until like tomorrow afternoon. Those people have much too many. Don't try. Just prepare. The main thing is gas in your vehicle, I think. Didn't park. Yeah, she couldn't park. And then there were no parks. David went last night to get me some tortillas, and he said there's no water, there's no toilet paper, there's no sodas. I was like, Mark, for 2 days. For 2 days worth of bad weather. Yeah. What's going on? This is my regular grocery haul. What are you talking about? And that's what it was. I usually get groceries on Sunday, and then they're every other Wednesday, and I don't think it's winter weather. Winter weather. I got plenty of propane. Somebody's staying warm. I said we got. You know who cares about propane going on inside your house?
Just crack the window.
Oh yeah. Come on, people. So much people. Everybody wants to make Are you doing H-E-B or Walmart? Yeah, I did an H-E-B. I can't pick it up until tomorrow at 3. No, I went home and it poured really hard. We just need regular. I got a pork chop on here. I got a roast. I got Coleman stove. You know, you put a little propane thing on it.
Hey, did you
Yeah. $20 a piece.
Wow.
They used to be $7. And they keep the
Supply and demand.
That's why I tried to have it. So I will leave it. mean, you work really hard. Yeah.
She wasn't teaching us.
I don't think the Broncos make it. Why did you like that?
I don't feel like I have that many. I don't know. I haven't even gotten books here. I think I need to get one. Are you getting a book for this class? No. He said like one of the college books mostly, but he didn't say that we should get it. So I'm like, there was only one of my professors that was unique to have. No, I was literally just going to screenshot the like when we write together and turn it into
Going to that. Oh, I can't even. Yeah. That deal where we can.
we get extra credit if we carpool.
Oh, okay.
This is our proof.
I love extra credit.
Yeah.
But like until we have the excitement.
Yeah.
That's my major at Bailey. I'm a senior, so this is my last year.
I know something about everything. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
A little bit about.
Yeah. I'm just but he's pre-med, so there's absolutely no way he could like. He's not saying that he said he was not even. So he's insane.
I remember, specifically.
I went over to his house and I like was taking a nap with the dog, and he's ready for the MCAT for 4 hours. So do like sit down and not read for hours, and I don't have that skill. Also, but like so random, right? Like.
Well, if you go on vacation and forget them at home, when you come in the hotel.
So, this is not. They have like exam down here. Like, I wanted to be a nurse until I took chemistry and OC, and I was like, I'm not going to be a doctor. Okay, I can help people some other way that doesn't involve me failing out. Yeah.
Well,
and I did like, I did summer school and like, I just kind of front.
I can too. I could graduate this semester if I wanted to, but like, I don't know, like I like being I like getting through.
Yeah.
That's like 3 years I feel like 2 years is just
Yeah. I was going to graduate only like half a semester early, so I was prescribed. But then I ended up being 18 hours because I switched out a chapel for another class. But chapel only count for 1 hour credit, and then like a regular class counts for 3. So I was taking the same amount of like classes, but it was like more hours. And then I was like, well, okay, how much more classes would I have to take? And then graduate a whole year early. And they were like, well, you just have to take like 1 class for your minor, maybe an elective, and then like I had to finish this thing. So I just did it through MCC over the summer. I like took an elective in my Spanish, and then yeah.
Come on.
Was that?
She's right there.
You all right? First time walking.
Right.
Or else there's even fun.
Okay, welcome back. It is 10:32. We're going to return to open session and consider any action that we talked about in our executive session. So, do we have any action to take?
And what's the,
It's just
D1.
response to, item D1, on the agenda? I make a motion to approve the executive director to access the contingency fund or loan from Hot Ed to cover ENS deferred allocation bill.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion will pass. Let's move along to new business now. The first item is the approval of a 911 service agreement with Shore IT for managed services. Russell, you want to talk about that? Or
Christine?
Christine will talk about
Good
it.
morning, Christine Hill, 911 coordinator, and today I have an action memorandum authorizing approval of expenditures exceeding $100,000. We are requesting authorization to approve expenditures of $113,640 for managing and maintaining the HOTCOG 911 network infrastructure. Managed services play a vital role in continuously maintaining our system networks and applications. This approach minimizes downtime and helps maintain consistent performance of our overall network. These services are procured through Purchasing Solutions Alliance Contract 24204 OSI. Action, staff recommends that the Heart of Texas Council of Governments Executive Committee approve the authorization for the Executive Director to sign the service agreement with Onshore IT for managed services with cost expenditures totaling $113,640.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion will pass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could, like, again, that motion to include the dollar amount.
Okay.
We need to add a dollar amount, $42,000.
Okay.
I'll second that amendment on B1.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second to include that. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that amended motion will pass. Let's go ahead and go to item number 2 under the new business. That's approval of air quality contract and consultant. Be on page 28 of your package.
Fallon Bohannon, environmental planner here at HOTCOG. The Heart Texas Council of Governments has been given the air quality contract from TCQ. Most of the work will be completed by a consultant minus the 10% of admin. Due to the timing and requirements from TCQ, staff is asking the executive committee to approve the contract and approve award of the qualifying consultant. The consultant will be receiving approximately $252,125 of the contract, with the 10% coming to HOTCOG. The action would be that the Heart of Texas Council of Government Executive Committee authorize staff to review all of the RFQs that are going to be presented for air quality consultants and to approve the consultant that is best qualified in the amount of $252,125.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second, any other discussion?
Yeah, what's the date that study needs to be completed?
February 2nd.
Pardon me?
February 2nd.
February
2nd.
This February?
Yes.
That's pretty quick.
Just for the request for qualifications.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, but in the specification or the bid, what do you expect to get the air quality, the results of the air quality?
So it'll be a 2-year program. So we will get the results in approximately about, I'd say November of 27.
It's important to us because many counties on the verge of being non-containment.
Yes, sir.
And that's one of the things we're looking at data centers, another thing, what kind of, how do they contribute to the air quality?
Yes, sir. And yeah, the main goal of this program is to keep our air quality in compliance, in whichever avenues we have to. A lot of the data that is given for this particular contract is then given to TCQ to prove that we're still in compliance with what they're trying to do.
Thank you.
And we work with them now closely. One of the issues a few years ago, Fort Hood, we have there's wind flows, push all this air particulate matter all over, and on the southern end of the county, some of the monitors are showing one item, but it was an airflow that's not created within McLennan County, it's an airflow issue that came out of Bell County. And so that's what the monitors for show, that we can maintain our non-attainment status.
They don't care where it comes from.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second on the table. Is there any other discussion on this item? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion will pass.
Thank
Let's go to item 3, the Regional Broadband and Digital Opportunity Steering Committee establishment and resolution on page 29 of your packet.
Good morning, I'm Dorothy Jackson, Regional and Economic Development Manager. So this resolution is to accept funding and establish the Regional Broadband Digital Opportunity Steering Committee. To let you know, the broadband, TARC is the one that's going to be filtering this money down to the COGS. They didn't actually request that we do this, but the every agency that I've ever had to do with any grant, we had to have a resolution that y'all accepted. So I just thought, well, I'll plan ahead because this might come up later that we need to do it. So the program supports regional broadband and digital opportunity planning activities. This is to formally authorize the executive director to accept the funding and to establish a regional broadband digital opportunity steering committee to provide guidance and regional leadership for the development of the Heart of Texas Regional Digital Opportunity Plan. So the action item is to authorize the executive director and his or designee to accept funding and approve the establishment of a HOTCOG Regional Broadband Digital Opportunity Steering Committee and authorize staff to proceed with the implementation of the Regional Digital Opportunity Plan. Now, in the steering committee, once the 3 years is over, my goal is to have Hot Ed take over that process and have that as a steering committee from that point on, so that we can continue the broadband outreach.
So we do have a motion for that?
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion will pass. We'll move along to the new business. Item number 4 is the Emergency Preparedness Advisory Committee appointments. On page 34 of your packet, you'll see the recommendation.
Wayne Stovall with the Emergency Management and Criminal Justice Programs here at HOTCOG. We have several reappointments and appointments to our Emergency Preparedness Advisory Committee. If you look at your packet, Trace Hendricks, the Boston County Sheriff, was renominated by Judge Cindy Van Landingham to this position in Boston County, which will expire December 31st, 2027. Brian Nessman with the Falls County Hospital District was appointed by Judge Jay Elliott to serve in that position in Falls County, and his will also expire December 31st, 2027. Steve Smith, who is a Chief Deputy with Falls County Sheriff's Office, will was appointed by Judge Elliott to fill a vacant position in Falls County, and his will also expire on December 31st, 2027. John Sutton was appointed by Judge Lane in Freestone County, and as the same, his is a 2-year term that will expire in 2027. And then Michael Graham was reappointed by Judge Felton for his position. He is with the McLennan County Sheriff's Office Bomb Squad, and his will also expire in 2027. And we request that you approve these nominations and reappointments.
Second. You have a motion and a second to approve these nominations. Is there any other discussion on this item? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion will pass. Thank you. Let's see, are you still up?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to item number 5 on page 35 of your packet. That's the FY 2027 State Emergency Radio Infrastructure Grant Application and Resolution Approval.
Okay, this is a resolution to approve the application for the State Emergency Radio Infrastructure Program. We've received this in the past. It's a 2-year grant. The past 3 grant cycles, we've gotten 1.6 million, 800,000, and the most recent one is 1.4 million. So we are again going to apply for that grant, and we would like your recommendation and approval for this resolution.
What's the pleasure of the court? Second. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let's move along then to item number 6. That's going to be bond making material awareness grant application and resolution on page 37 of your packet.
Yes, sir. We have have a bond making materials program here at HOTCOG that we have received grant funding for the last several years, and we are in the process of reapplying for that grant again. It's a informational program that makes businesses and community members aware of household chemicals that can be used in terrorist activities for producing bombs and other hazardous situations. And we would like to apply for that again with this resolution.
We do have a motion and a second to approve that. Any other discussion on this item?
I would just like to say for the people that are here, this is not training people on how to make bombs, it's making them
No.
aware of what is.
Making them aware of
Somebody
what.
saw it, I was like,
We're selling an excess amount of bomb-making material.
That's a good point, Mayor. Thank you so much. All right, then, we do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that will pass. Let's keep moving along to item number 7, which is going to be the FY 2027 Juvenile Justice Alternative Grant Application and Resolution. That'll be on page 37 of your packet. Are you still up?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is a grant that we've also had for the last several years. What it does is pays HOTCOG, who reimburses the local counties and jurisdictions for services to juvenile offenders in those respective counties.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that will pass. Now then, we're going to do item number 8 on our agenda. That's going to be the FY 2027 State Crisis Intervention Grant and Resolution. That's found on page 41 of your package.
Last but not least, we have a resolution to apply for a state crisis intervention grant through the criminal justice program. We applied for and received this last year. It allows HOTCOG to provide training and resources during crisis incidents and with law enforcement and local officials.
What's the pleasure?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That okay. Wayne, thank you. You want to do anything else, Wayne?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, then we're gonna go to item number 9. That's gonna be a recommendation of officers and executive committee members for the 2026 year. That's gonna be down on page 3 of your packets. Russell, tell us who all is gonna be,
I'm looking for Judge Elliott, he was sitting right there.
He
quit.
Okay, he quit. He is the chairman of the committee, and as I am not involved in the selection of that process, we will respectfully wait for Jay to come back. There he is.
Your turn.
Your turn.
What'd I do?
Report of the nominations committee.
Nomination.
Yeah. Am I?
43.
Am I?
Number 9.
page 43 of your packet.
All right. So, I don't remember saying this, but I got it. All right. They want to read the names, or?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So we have President Jimmy Rogers, City of Robinson, Judge Van Landingham as Vice President. We don't have a Secretary Treasurer yet.
That's what the nominating committee.
Okay, so that's what we have to figure out.
Yeah.
All right. So.
You already figured that out.
And so it's, traditionally it's been county, city, and so this year, if you maintain that tradition, this is a city spot.
Correct.
Might I ask for a brief recess while Jay and his committee hours, so.
City can volunteer.
Is there a city,
Only so many cities there.
One at a time.
2.
Is it possible to make a recommendation to the community?
no, go ahead.
You may.
Mayor?
Jay, we have a recommendation.
Sure.
I recommend Mayor Pro Tem Andrew Barkley.
Okay.
All right. Now then, let's go ahead and complete this item, if you don't mind. It's,
All right, so the Heart of Texas Council Committee consider and approve the present slated nominations and recommend the appointment of that slated to the Council of Representatives at the annual meeting, January 2022, 2026.
We do, if I understood correctly, the committee has a motion to
Yes.
appoint as recommended. What's the pleasure of the court on that? We have a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion on this? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, let's move along then and get the reports from the executive director and staff. The first one is going to be the Department of Administration Financial Personnel and Investment Reports. That's on page 45. Good.
Good morning, Michelle Vasquez, Director of Finance and Administration. Everybody's favorite part, I get to read a lot of numbers. Page 46, if you'll turn in your packets to 46, it is our combined balance sheet as of December 31st, 2025. You'll see that our current assets are $2,201,653. Fixed assets at $2,911,714. Total assets, $5,113,367. Liabilities, $1,436,743. Fund to equity, $3,676,624. For total liabilities and fund equity of $5,113,367. On page 47 is our combined statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes of fund balance for the last 3 months ended December 31st, 2025, which is year-to-date, actually. That's our fiscal year-to-date. The revenues year-to-date are $2,497,440. The expenditures $2,394,159 for a total excess of revenues of $103,281, with a due to hot ed of $84,047 Our net change in fund balances is 19,234. The current fund balances as of December 31st is 766,084. On the following page is our cash in and out for the month of December 31st. Operating account at the beginning of December was $18,148. Short-term investments, $1,361,907. There was cash in and out, interest earned, transfers in and out, and the ending balances at the end of the month. Operating, $211,141. Short-term investments, $1,283,517. Total cash, $1,494,658. The next page is the personnel status summary. As of January 16th, there are 31 grant-funded positions and 31 positions filled. So at this time, there are no vacancies. And the last page is our quarterly investment report. As per HOTCOG's investment policy, funds that are not immediately required to pay obligations are invested in tax pool. HOTCOG does not have any other investments as of the ending date of this report. For the last quarter, beginning 10/1/25, the beginning market book value was $1,386,943. Net transfers in and out was negative $117,179. Interest earned $13,753 for an ending market book value of $1,283,517. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you for that report. Let's move along to the next report, the regional services and department activities report.
Good morning. Well, I'm gonna kind of jump pretty quick through my report. I know everyone can read it. If you look on page 54, we have $247,000 in our USDA revolving loan fund, and we have $66,000 in our TDA smart fund. I want to jump to page 56 in your packet to talk about the EDA supplemental disaster grant. As all of you know, $1.45 billion is in recovery funding for this. It's for the 23-24 flooding or declared disasters. Unfortunately, McLennan County is the only county that is not eligible. And I want to point out the industry transformation path, which is the highest range, $20 million to $50 million, is due March 3rd. And I just believe that only McLennan County could have been the type of entity to pull that off. If anybody wants to try to pull that off, you're going to have to forfeit any engineering costs because you're going to have to pick an engineer so quick and get it done. You can't go through the procurement process and EDA will pay for it. You might go through the CFR 200. So just keep in mind though that all the other paths, the readiness path, the implementation path, which is construction, is available until that money runs out. So just because there's no deadline on that, we still need to try to hurry up. I have the city of Hubbard, city of Clifton, city of Marlin, city of Hillsborough, and Hill College making applications. They're all going through the process. We've already gone through the engineering on all of them, and now I'm waiting just back from the engineers. That's the process that they have to do. And now, in McLennan County's case, there's still, EDA has their supplemental program, their 2023 public works adjustment, so they do have funds in that. So if you do have an application that you want to put forward, I think that these applications and these grants will range from 900 to 2 million in their.
Wasn't there a dollar threshold you had to identify to be eligible for some of the grants, the disaster grants?
Well, for the disaster grants, there's in the actual NOFA, it's a high amount, but according to our Austin region, they're looking, don't go over 500.
They said we couldn't identify enough. We couldn't identify enough.
Well, McLean County's not over. Yeah, so you weren't even declared a health disaster for some reason. I don't know how everybody else was, I don't know how that happened, but you are eligible, to go forward with, the public works. And that's a rolling, continuing, so if anybody has anything that they want to try to put forward, please give me a call. I can walk you through the process.
That can be cities or counties, right? That can be cities or counties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Typically, it's cities because they have economic development corporations, because normally they're the ones that helps put in that match. In most cities, because you have to, per your LMI, your low moderate income, you have to meet that threshold. You can't be over 80%, and so EDA will typically do 50 to 80% of the grant, of the money to the project. So that's one of those things that you have to look at when you're looking at a project. You do have to come up with a match.
All the cities, all in the HOTCOG area have been notified.
Yes, yes, those that have the capability of coming up with that match, for sure, yes. The next thing I want to talk to you about, well, actually, we did discuss the broadband. I just want to let you know also that I'm working back and forth. They are going to work. We've turned in an application, and they are going to be giving us money. We're looking at about $170,000 per year for the next 3 years.
It says here 107.
107. And then also, I just wanted to say, Fallon's working really hard with TCEQ on the solid waste. We did get the money. She's just having to answer some questions they normally don't ask, but this time go around. But it's just our turn for TCEQ to ask the questions and do those COG managed projects. So she might be reaching out to you to get timelines and stuff, because they are asking ahead of time when you're going to do stuff, and it's a 2-year process. And sometimes we don't know until several months when y'all decide to do some projects. So she might be trying to heal you up pretty soon. And the air quality, as you know, we received the contract, and we're just going to have to get the right consultant. Any questions?
I just got a comment or a question. First, thank you for everything you've done for the it's something that's been on my radar. Is any funding, if you're aware of any funding for animal control or any resources? Because that's coming up. I mean, I know from home from there, but
yes, that's a hard one. And the federal government just doesn't, I've never heard of them doing anything like that. I don't know if it's even infrastructure, like building a facility. I would have to look into that. The only thing that I could think of, no, not even the USDA, because that's community development, so it would be community centers and stuff like that. I can't think of any grant off the top of my head that addresses animals, and that's why every city and every county has such a hard time, because the only thing they get is what either you pay through tax dollars or volunteers coming in and giving you dog food and stuff like that. So it's very hard. It's very hard. I know
Waco has a phenomenal animal control facility, but it's a huge cost to the city of Waco to do that.
Yep. And your partner.
And their partners.
thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's move along to the Health and Human Services Department Activities Report.
All right, guys, as usual, I will keep it brief. I think you probably all had a chance to peruse the numbers, so if you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to answer those. I think we may touch on this in the luncheon session, but I want to say that with the winter weather looming, our 211 service is prepped and ready. They're going to be able to work from home. They have remote access if they get snowed in. So our 211 folks now, they don't work over the weekends. We do provide, we get service out of Houston, so we have 24/7 coverage. If you're only speaking to someone locally, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. But they will be at 8 o'clock on Monday, even if they're snowed in, they will be logged in and ready to help. So we feel good about that. I also want to mention that over the next couple of weeks, you guys are probably going to get an email from Mary or from myself because we are ramping up to do the area plan for the AAA. And so that's due on May 29th. We are required this year to perform a survey. That's kind of a new step. And so the advisory council, Open Building Services Advisory Council, this afternoon we're going to discuss at our meeting. I'm going to disseminate some sample surveys that we've gotten. Once I've got the advisory council's feedback on what they'd like to include in the survey, we'll get it out to as many folks as possible to get that survey as far as possible. That's all I've got.
Bam. Any questions? All right, then we'll move along to item number 4, is the executive director report. Oh, you do have a question. Oh, Rip, I'm sorry.
All right, Rep Ledger Transportation for our Texas Council of Governments. Trips are, we're doing everything we can. It's something that's taught us here recently on these cutback trips is looking more at routes and trying to put people in the route so we're getting more on the bus running. That's our trips. One thing we also are doing right now is we're in the middle of our 5-year update for our coordination plan for the region. It is going very well. We're getting lots of responses and a lot of help from the different stakeholders that are on meetings and coming to meetings and answer questions. Warren Associates very happy with that. We'll have a preliminary report or preliminary coordination plan by the next board meeting. We just have to turn that in to TxDOT. TxDOT looks at it and says, we like it, we don't like it, release it to the public, make these changes to it. So that's where we're at right now. Our next meeting, it will be the 19th of February, not the 26th. I can show them, we've got a bit beforehand because that report is due to TxDOT on the 27th. Any questions, I'll be glad to answer. Thank you.
Okay, Director.
I'll try to make this quick for you, sir, and I know you like to be brief. As Dorothy's already touched on, the BDO operation, we've been working for the broadband development for this region for a number of years. This has come down to what we, for the last 2 decades, continually told the broadband office that the maps that they have for coverage are incorrect. They have finally conceded that they're probably not right, and maybe we can start looking at it at the micro levels and the lower level. That's what this BDO grant's going to do, and we're very happy to be able to get it. As Dorothy said, it'll be a 3-year grant. Another thing we're going to talk about this will be on an expansion item for this coming year is we've discussed it before. We have a very good 211 program in our operation. We work continually. A 211 operation to the south of us was not recertified, and we were asked to place a bid to take over that facility. And we believe that we will be taking over another region here in April. It's kind of an odd situation in that they won't talk to you about it, but then they specifically reached out to us to make an application for it. And we will be doubling our service area if this comes to fruition.
Same hours and days, though, it's still,
We'll
weekends will still be out of Houston?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's kind of what they wanted. Our operation works. Houston's a huge facility. Houston likes a subsidy for the weekends, but then at the same time, how it works with the partnership. When Houston got hit by the hurricane, they were out. Every other 211 in the state filled in to fill that gap. So it works out very well. We'll be bringing on more staff and covering more area with that. Another operation we've got coming up. Many of y'all know what the RSVP program is. That is the Retired Senior Volunteer Program. 30 years ago, it was part of the COG. MCC has managed it for a number of years. It is our understanding that MCC wishes to get out of that grant management business and focus primarily on education. That grant will be available for competitive nature, and we will be bidding on that grant. And the purpose of that is you take retired individuals and put them back into volunteer programs and integrate them back in and use their resources and their knowledge instead of letting them go away. And with a lot of our health and human service programs, we have a great need for volunteers in a lot of different areas. So we will be pursuing that. At our luncheon today, we've got Pat Curry is our state representative. He will be receiving the Texas Council of Governments Freshman of the Year Award. The judge will be presenting that again at the luncheon. We also will be presenting a mace to John Phoenix, who is retiring. It's not he is retiring, he has retired.
Yeah.
He is gone. And John is a very humble person and really didn't want to. John's retirement party was, I'm just going to walk out the door. I don't want a party. Don't invite anybody. I've done my job. I'm done. And so we had a brief reception for him at the office, which he did not like. And so he agreed today to come to kind of just say goodbye. But he's been a very dedicated servant to this region for 47 years. In addition to that, we were informed this week that Debbie Jones, who has worked with us for several decades, will be retiring March 31st. And the judge has some flowers that he will present to her, and we will have another ceremony for her at the office in March. We want to recognize her today because this will be our annual thing, but she'll be gone next week. And with that, that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have any other reports that need to be given? If not, then we're going to go into public comments. Does anybody from the public want to say? If y'all want to, if anybody here wants to talk about what a great job that I did, not him, feel free to take an hour. Nobody? Okay, that being the case, then we're going to move along to the dreaded adjournment. Anybody want to adjourn? We got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We need to stand adjourned. And thank you everybody for coming. I hope y'all are.
Now y'all sit and listen. What are your questions? Because if you don't have any questions, I'm going to turn around and quiz you.
Russell, give him a break.
I got to thinking, I was 3 years. 29 is
Y'all have any questions? You got any idea what we're doing?
You don't have a clue what.
That's a good answer.
I serve government, so these meetings affect me.
Sir?
Now and when you say you're from the Bay Area, you're in San Francisco or?
I didn't, nomination, huh?
Somewhat.
I'm like, what you talking about, Will?
Jacqueline is
Workforce.
Yeah. So, and it was at the college.
No, it's at the workforce building.
everybody says, yes. But people understand how to function the same way.
He does.
Okay, the executive, this is seen board process, and it's individuals that are served on the committee for the board. It is a rotation every year we have a role.